Hey, how's it going, everyone? Thought I'd do a quick review on the Recycled Firefighter 24-hour Battalion bag. I've owned this bag for going on a little over a year. Initially as an EDC bag, then relegated to a rucking bag, and finally it is in the trunk of my car as an emergency bug-out bag, I guess. So yeah, I think I've had enough time with this bag to be able to judge it properly. So the way that I do my reviews, I'm not gonna be going over so much the details. I'm gonna assume that you already know this. If you found this channel, it's likely because you're a weirdo like me and you like bags and EDC gear. So I'm not gonna try and bore you, at least with the technicality. So really, I'm just going to rate it on the different categories that I think you might be using it for, and give you my personal experience, and hopefully that'll help you instead of just looking at a spreadsheet or hearing numbers. I feel like that doesn't help too much, and really you want to hear about someone's experience in a certain kind of environment. Anyway, so first and foremost, we're going to go over weight. So weight, not sure about the weight of this, but I do know that it is less than the GR1, which I know is 2.9. So that means this is less than 2.9. Other than that, the Cordura is pretty thin, which I think lends to the fact that it isn't so heavy. It also does not have a frame sheet, which also means it's not going to be heavy. Yeah, thin Cordura, thinner material. I've talked about it in another video comparing the Recycled Firefighter to the GR1 and mentioned that they're different makes of Cordura. There was some kind of discussion on the subreddit that I also posted the video to, saying that no, Cordura owns all Cordura, it is a brand. And then there are other people saying no, there are different factories. So I don't know. All I do know is this kind of Cordura is different than the GoRucks. So if that's going to be your baseline, the GoRuck Cordura, just know that this is not quite as durable, but however is lighter. So that's it for weight. Next is comfort. So how comfortable is this thing? Well, I'll have you know it is pretty comfortable. These straps are excellent. As I mentioned in another video, these are going to be better than 99% of the stuff that you're going to find at an REI or Walmart or Target or whatever else. Well, REI is definitely going to have at least Mystery Ranch, which is known for their great straps and you know, their harness system. This comes damn near close. I'll say that this is thicker even than Mystery Ranch's straps. Don't know exactly. Again, I don't know exactly what kind of EVA foam. I mean, technicalities aside, you know, Mystery Ranches might on paper be better than these. However, I've handled many bags and these are excellent. They bounce back, which is good, but however, if you're looking for any contouring, that's not going to happen. Like I said, I've rucked miles in this thing, have used it as an everyday carry, and it has never quite folded or molded to me, which is a good or bad thing. And then also to comfort, it's going to be that back panel. So the back panel is very thin. It is not, well, actually I'll say it's a little too forgiving. There's no frame sheet. So if that's something that you want, you're not going to find this here. Unless you buy an external frame sheet and put it in here from something like Ruck Customs, which I've actually used for my GR1. That is kind of what you get there. So yeah, could be a good or bad thing, but I think nevertheless it helps with the cost. So yeah, that's how we are for comfort. Next is going to be its EDC ability factor. So its slant vertical pocket here is excellent. It is much better than the GoRucks, which is kind of just an empty abyss. That being said, it's really not that bad, but this one is definitely improvement for several reasons. One, the blaze orange that you see here. This is great if you're trying to find items at night or in the dark. It is super sweet. So if you have a night shift or going for an evening hike or something like that, and you know, our cell phone flashlights aren't that great, or I don't know, maybe you have only a keychain flashlight for whatever reason, this is going to really help. You know, even moonlight probably will be sufficient, you know, with clear skies to be able to see into the bag. So that is super cool. Other thing is going to be organizational. There's very little organization. Well, I should say there is organizational, not very little. This is kind of nice. That lets you clip onto things and so forth and organize things. That being said, it is a flimsy material. So don't expect things to fit in there snug, which can be a good or bad thing depending what you want. They are also quite deep. This will swallow my whole hand if there weren't items in there and if my hand weren't so big. It would go from here all the way to the end here, I promise you, okay? So yeah, you get tons of room in this. You can almost fit your entire EDC in this bag, and I have done that before just to see if it could be done. So yeah, that adds to the EDC ability here. I'm going to try my best to kind of close that. Okay. All right, probably had to edit that part out because, yeah, that was more struggle than it should have been. Anyway, so EDC ability. So next we're going to talk about its main pouch here, which is, oh boy, sorry, I'm taking you guys on a ride with me, which is pretty cool. It's nice big bucket style, which is nice if you got cubes and kind of pouches you can just toss in there. Try to ignore the mess here. Like I said, it's a car emergency bag now. Also, it still has that blaze orange throughout the entire thing, which makes it, once again, really easy to identify things. It's also nice that they have the see-through mesh here because you can, well, see through the mesh. And this blaze background will be able to kind of capture that light better, and you're able to kind of make out the items. I'm not sure if I would be able to make out that was my super glue if I had my GR1, but I can here. So that makes it really great for EDC ability. Gives you pockets, but also doesn't give you so many that it kind of like forces you to use them. It's just kind of like a, hey, this is a big bucket, do what you will with that. So EDC ability is awesome. That's a thumbs up. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about its hiking capability. So I don't have any necessarily footage of that. However, I have rucked with it, which is not quite hiking, but I think similar enough. I've taken it up and down hills. The only complaint I'm going to have is on that back paneling. And oh geez, I don't know if I want to flip this thing over. It's going to spill out. I'm going to have to ask you guys to use your imagination as to what that back panel is going to look like. But yes, so this back paneling is going to get your back sweaty. It is also, if you got the coyote brown like you see here, it is going to be visible sweat. So if that's something you do not like, be aware of that. Also, in terms of chafing, I hear that this is a problem. This Cordura is rather smooth comparative to the GoRucks, so I honestly don't think you're going to run into that same problem. This is pretty smooth, even compared to the front of this. Granted, I mean, like I said, I've rucked with it for a few miles. I want to say it smooths out, but I don't know for certain. Don't take my word for it, but also don't perhaps use this naked. I'm not sure if you can use it with your shirt off. Apparently that's a thing people do. Awesome if it is, but yeah, this might peel your super sensitive shirts. So no Balenciaga shirts with this backpack. I'm very sorry. So yeah, hiking is like okay, cool, maybe. Next, for exercise, for working out, as either a gym bag or as the gym itself. It's a more popular category now that we have kind of GoRuck really taking the helm of that. So as a gym bag, I've actually been asked this question quite a bit. Yeah, it works as a gym bag. In fact, it's rather quite nice. It's a pretty deep pocket here up past my knuckle, just quite a bit. That blaze orange makes it really nice to, again, identify items. It's got that boxy kind of shape so you can fit cubes and things nice and tight. So that's really good. And it's fairly lightweight, which is also good. However, it is not cheap, at least for a gym bag. This is $179. I would recommend something like the GoRuck kit bag, which is $100 and comes with the SCARS guarantee. And it's also, you get that kind of nice shoulder patch, and it's got some little pockets in it to slip things into. I'll eventually do a review of that. But yeah, that thing is only $100 and has a great warranty, and it's 32 liters, so you can really pack that thing full. This is only 18, so be mindful of that. Next category, traveling. This is going to be rather similar to the other one, so this would be pretty good for traveling. Again, leaning to that nice space you have here. It's boxy shape, relatively lightweight, unassuming, so this isn't going to necessarily attract any undue attention. Granted, I haven't traveled with it, as I'm sure not too many people have in the last year or so. But yes, as far as shape goes, lightweight, that sick handle up here, which is one of its best features. You can really get a nice full purchase there. Very easy to find, even in the dark. It's always protruding. That is really nice. Not to mention it's super thick padding here. That's going to be really nice if you got to carry that thing on your shoulders. So for traveling, that is a thumbs up. Next is going to be its work factor. Can you take it to work? I would say yes. I think it's good enough to take to those construction jobs where you're going to be tossing it around. It's going to be, having tools in it, banging it inside and out. It's got that Cordura fabric, so it can handle it. Now, in my other reviews that I've done, I did showcase some missing threads. That is going to happen. It happened more on this one than on any other bag I've owned. I don't know. It might be just a bad bag. It might just be because, hey, it's just one guy and his wife in a garage literally making these things. So I don't know how, stringent their quality control is, but hey, not too bad. So yeah, anyways, can it handle work? Depends on what kind of work you do. Unless you're working out on some kind of oil rig, probably not, but yeah. Okay, so to continue, work. I think you can take it to work even if you work in, say, an office environment. I think it's subdued enough that it won't necessarily catch anyone's eye or they'll think you're super tactical. I know this Velcro kind of area can kind of give off that vibe sometimes, but I honestly don't think so, at least comparatively to other bags out there. So I think this is a thumbs up. Next we have here durability. So this is, I can already tell you, is gonna be a thumbs up. I have had, once again, issues with, peeling threads. There doesn't appear to be any now, but that used to be an issue. Other than that, I've actually thrown this thing down, I would say like a, I don't know, like 20-foot kind of hill, 20-foot distance hill. I don't know if that makes any sense. Anyways, I threw the bag and it tumbled down, and it honestly is no worse for wear. This is Cordura after all. And even though it's not perhaps as durable as GoRuck's version of Cordura, it is still Cordura and really, really good. So durability looks to be pretty good. Stitching looks to be pretty good. As I said before, I did ruck with it. So, it's had weight inside and it doesn't really care. So that's good. So durability is a thumbs up for me. Next is its ability to take to school. Very similar to taking it to work. However, I think it's kind of like a cross between work and EDCing. Whereas you're going to be carrying books, heavy books, usually, schoolwork, laptop, things like that. For that, it's definitely a thumbs up. It definitely carries weight well, so you'll be able to pack this thing full of your lunch and hydro flasks and books and, your laptop. That'll be good. The only gripe I will say in regards to that is going to be the laptop compartment, which it's super nice that it's high vis for whatever reason, but it's a bit flimsy. There isn't much in terms of thickness. Now that I do not have a machine or anything, but it's about that thick, if you can imagine. It's rather flimsy. Would not stick my laptop in here naked. Definitely not. would definitely want to have a sleeve. Thankfully, it does have enough room for that. So yeah, super, super cool. So yeah, also, ooh, I forgot to mention, it does have a hydro port for hiking. Definitely would have wanted to mention that. So yeah, has that port in there that comes out. So if you're the type to take your bladder for hiking, awesome. Anyway, so for school, looks pretty good, is pretty subdued, isn't going to necessarily give you looks, I don't think, at least. So I think it would be a pretty good school bag. Next is going to be cost. So cost comes in at $179. I was lucky enough to get it on sale for $99, I think. That's probably not going to happen again. I don't know. It's run by two people, Jake and his wife, as far as I know. So they kind of decide whenever they want to put it on sale. But for $100, that's a gosh darn steal. Now for $180, we can talk about comparisons. This nearest competitor would probably be something like the GoRuck Bullet 15 liter. That one goes out at about $135. That is Vietnam made though. And some different materials. I'll have to wait until I get mine. Mine was supposed to come today, but it's coming tomorrow. So when I get it, I will probably do a comparison video of the two because they are very, very similar. Cost-wise though, $180. Nearest competition to that would probably be something like the Mystery Ranch 2-Day Assault Pack, which in a lot of ways kind of does things this one doesn't. But this is still cheaper, USA made. You can also purchase a lifetime warranty for another extra $10. So that could subset that cost. But $180 I think is pretty fair considering USA made and, you know, all the other features and whatnot that I mentioned. So I'll say that's a thumbs up. Next is aesthetic. How does it look? I think it looks cool. Aesthetic is obviously going to be subjective. It stands up. Kinda, not really. I mean, it does have a lot of stuff in there. But aesthetically, I think it looks kind of rad. I know I've did my best to make it look ugly with all these crazy paracord. I just had some extra paracord and thought I'd make my own. Yeah, it didn't really turn out too well. But aside from that, just pretend that the paracord is nice and maybe that ugly patch isn't there. And I think it looks pretty good. In fact, here, let's see. Wow, already looks like a different bag. I think that looks cool. And a lot of other people do too. Perhaps not as cool looking as like GR1's very iconic, look, but I think is still cool nonetheless. And finally, my last category is commuting. So by commuting, I mean if you are walking, biking, taking the train, or driving. How does this bag work? I think it works well, and that's really for 3 reasons. Reason number 1, this vertical slant. It makes it super, super sweet if you just got to sling it over to your side. So if you're on a bike, actually, that's really sweet because if you've ever ridden a bike and had to get access to your bag, it can kind of be a pain in the ass. You might have to stop, but with this one, you might not need to get off the bag. You might just be able to sling it around and kind of jimmy your way and get what you need and, go on about your business. So I think that really adds to it. Also makes it difficult for pickpockets because it is towards the top. So that person would need to do this, and as long as you don't have anything too sensitive here, also if they do this, it could all spill out. So that might alert you. But so that might take care of like the bus train experience. The other thing is its handle. Reason number 2, this is a great handle. It is great to just kind of grab and go. You can throw it in a car, reach into your car, over your center console, and even just kind of grab it in your passenger seat and take it with you. This is a great, great, great handle. Super huge, easy to grab. So yeah, I think that makes it a great commuter bag, also including its weight. It is fairly lightweight considering the materials that you're getting, which I think that's really going to be important, when you're trekking an hour or 2, commute to work, then you work for, 6 to 8 hours or whatever, then you got to trek another 2 hours back. That comfortability is really going to pay dividends in the long run, and you definitely do get that with this bag. So overall, this bag gets a thumbs up for me. I like it. Now, is it better than other ones? Not too sure. Gonna try and do some more comparison videos and try to do more videos in general. So let me know if you guys like this style. I know I'm probably speaking a lot faster than I usually am. Let me know if you like this. I tried messing around with a tripod. That didn't really work. I just really felt like I wanted to grab the camera and just get in there. But anyways, if you like what you see, sub, like, all that good stuff. If you don't, yell at me in the comments below. Tell me why. Let's argue. And yeah, with that, thanks again for watching.